You wake up tired. You sit in front of a screen all day. You barely move. And by 6 p.m., when you go home, you feel like you ran a marathon. And what are you doing? You're doom scrolling reels on Instagram or binge watching episodes of the new series in Netflix. But is this really rest? Does your mind and your brain and your nervous system really slow down? Maybe what you need is not more quiet time, but a full body interrupt powerful enough to break you from this digital loop of death. This is where Tango comes in. And I know what you're thinking. It sounds crazy, stupid, or maybe counterintuitive. How can a dance help you rest after all this physical activity? Stay with me because in this video I'm going to show you how Tango helps your brain go into a state of deep focus that rewires the way that you feel stress, attention, and maybe gives you back something that you were missing. But to understand what Tango does in a world full of screens, we need to understand first what are these screens doing to our attention. Have you ever wondered why you feel mentally exhausted even after spending hours on a chair scrolling on your phone? That is because every new video, every new text you receive, every new message that you read is a new threat, is a new signal to your brain, and it requires attention. So your attention is always shifting to the new thing that comes in. Tango eliminates this problem by forcing you to focus on two things: the music and the partner in front of you. And the moment your mind goes off into something else, wanders off into something else, you immediately feel it in your body. You are disconnecting from your partner. You are forced to be totally present at the moment, not just because it is something spiritual, but because it is necessary. And apart from being totally present, there is one more thing that happens when you dance that many people don't really notice, and many dancers don't even reach to that. But we'll come to that in a minute. By the way, if you're not here, I'm Christos. I'm dancing tango for 9 years now, and for the last 4 years, I'm also writing about that in my blog. And I'm really fascinated by what tango can do to us, not just in the dance floor, but outside of it. But even if you manage to find your focus and your attention back when you dance, there is one more thing that stresses us today in a modern world. Have you ever noticed the nature of the news lately? Whenever you find out something new happened, it probably is a war, a conflict, a new crisis, something that is a threat. And this might be happening in the other side of the world, but you carry the world with you in your pocket. For most part of the human history, our brains evolved to respond to immediate threats, to threats that are in our immediate environment. But right now, all these threats, all these conflicts and wars that happen all over the world, even in the other side of the globe, are actually feel very threatening and very close to us because we have them right in our pocket. Every day we are absorbing news about different kind of dangers, and it seems like we cannot avoid them, and it seems like that we cannot do anything about that just because they are miles away, kilometers away. But our brain reacts emotionally, and there's no easy way to get out of it. And all this stress that we get from all this news that we receive every day on our phone, it actually accumulates and at some point becomes overwhelming. Tango helps in this by bringing the world back to its original dimensions. For the moment that you go dancing, for the hours that you're going dancing, your immediate environment is just the dancers around you. And your immediate attention is who am I going to dance with and what is the music and all these kind of things. You kind of forget about the bad news and other things that happen in the world around you in miles away in the other side of the world. Somehow the world returns back to the original dimensions, and from being globally present, you are forced to be locally present. And your mind finds peace at that. By the way, how much does this constant stream of bad news affect you in your everyday life? How much does it stress you? And have you found something that helps you escape from all of this? Let me know in the comments. I'm really curious to find out. But even if you escape this stream of bad news and you find your focus, there is still one more thing that drains your mind constantly and we don't really notice it. And sometimes we don't even escape it when we are dancing. Have you ever noticed when was the last time that you did something that you felt yourself? You felt that you were not performing for an audience? We live in a world where we have, in parallel with our real life presence, an online presence. And in this online presence, usually we don't show the whole part of ourselves. We usually curate ourselves. We usually show only parts of ourselves. We usually display only the things that we want to show to the people outside. When was the last time that you did something that you felt really yourself and not performing for somebody else? In Tango, there is an opportunity to do exactly that. There is an opportunity to be yourself and show yourself as you really are. Of course, you can manage your image. Of course, you can learn to show off and present and perform. But this, in the end, when you dance with somebody else, it feels strange. It doesn't feel connected with the other person. And gradually, you learn that this doesn't really help you. What helps you connect with other people is being real, vulnerable, and with the other person, connected with the other person. And when you stop managing your image and your performance, you realize that something magical happens. You realize that you inhabit yourself again. You realize that you inhabit your body again. And that is one thing that many dancers never reach to, because even on the dance floor, they constantly manage their image. And that's, I think, one of the biggest breakthroughs in dance in general. Once you start finding yourself on the dance floor, once you start discovering your body and yourself on the dance floor, this transfers outside of it as well, in your real life. Now, if you remember the beginning, I asked, how is it possible to rest when you do a physical activity? I think that after this, you realize that maybe what you need is not something to rest your body, but to rest your mind. In a world that constantly battles for your attention, in a world that constantly bombards you with bad news, and in a world that constantly requires for you to perform for somebody else, Tango offers a way out of it, a way to regain your focus, to escape the bad news, and to find yourself again. And that is quite rare in today's world. So if you know somebody who is feeling constantly mentally exhausted and they try to find ways out by new apps or new ways to find new digital solutions, maybe share this video with them. Maybe it will start changing their perspective. And if reclaiming your mind seems powerful enough, how about reclaiming the ability to coexist with people from different backgrounds, with different personalities and opinions? Because tango is not only about attention, it's also about coexistence. In this video, I explore how tango can help us find common ground with people that are widely different from us and share moments together in a world that seems to be constantly dividing us more and more. Check it out and don't forget to move forward both in the dance floor and in your life. Bye!